Once we pass between the exceptionally tall trees, an unexpected sight before me. Alright.
ここならしばらく身を隠せるでしょ。来るときにね、アーチャーが見つけておいたのよ。万が一の時の隠れ家にしようって。
What is it? It's obviously a ruin, but what is it though? Ooh. This is, radio? The entire ground floor is taken over by trees. That's trees? That looks more like, I don't know. Stone? The only usable rooms are those on the second floor, and this is the best of those. Miraculously, the windows are still intact. I don't know how, but I can see the night sky from here.
割合綺麗じゃない。もしかしたら最近まで誰かが寝泊まりしてたのかもね。
A bum or something? Really, what kind of nerves does she have? Stepping over the rubble, Tosaka is dusting off the bed by the window. Oh god, it's the thing.
セーバーを寝かせないとまずいでしょ。人に抱かれているのって結構体力使うのよ。
I have a sensor ready. Like, Real Tenua shouldn't have these scenes, but I don't know what they'll replace them with, and if worse comes to worse, I have a sensor. So, I guess we'll just continue on. My hand is hovering over the sensor very, very hard. So, I'll continue in anticipation. Maybe I should just do it preemptively. I don't know. I'll lay Saber down on the old bed. Maybe I should just do it preemptively.
まだ体を動かすのには問題ない？ええ、シローがここまで運んでくれましたから。そう。ならあとはこっちの問題だけか。あれから1時間、イリアスフィールが追ってくるにしてももう少し時間はかかるわ。探すのに手間取れば朝方ぐらいまでは隠れていられる。
Her mumbling reminds me. We were able to make it to this ruin, but what happened to Berserker and Archer? We remained at the castle to keep Berserker there. It's been over an hour, so Archer should already have retreated from the castle as well. Yeah. Tosaka doesn't answer. He just places her right hand on her chest, as if holding something dear. That tells me of Archer's fate. Tosaka's command spell is on her right arm. The master and servant are connected. As Saber sensed my danger, if the master can sense the life and death of their servant, that's... that's not gonna... Oh, that's not a good feeling at all. Silence follows. The silence that seemed to last forever is... Will we even be able to? Anyway, that's 2 down. That means both Rider and Archer are gone. That means we got Saber, Lancer, who's kind of unknown. We have Assassin, who's still guarding the spots. Caster, who we still haven't even seen. And Berserker, who is currently chasing us. Aborted by the sound of Tosaka punching her left hand with her right. Point is, 2 down, 5 left.
決まってるじゃない。イリアスフィール、バーサーカーを倒す覚悟よ。セイバーを連れてたらこの森からは出られないし、彼女を自然に回復させるにしたって時間がかかる。わかる？私たち3人揃って森を出るにはバーサーカーを倒すしかない。
But how are we gonna do that? Oh God.
それができなければ、私たちもアーチャーの後を追うだけよ。
バーサーカーを倒す。
Seems really improbable. Not impossible, but improbable. Beat that whirlwind of death that nullifies every attack and destroys all that it touches with a single blow? Can't even imagine that. Anything that fights him will die. Osaka must know that as well. Is she saying that we'll beat it in spite of that?
いや、違う。
What am I saying? Osaka isn't saying we can beat it. She has no such false hope. That's right, we're not gonna beat him to win. I should have realized that immediately.
倒すしかないんだな。
It's just that. If we don't want to die here, we have to beat that monster.
そういうことよ。
It's a matter of life and death rather than just trying to take it on like we did with Ryder.
いくらバーサーカーだってアーチャーと戦った後なら何らかの傷を負っているはずよ。私だってとっておきの宝石を全部持ってきてるし、セイバーさえ回復すれば打開策の一つや二つは作り出せるわ。逆に言えばね、バーサーカーが傷を負っている今こそイリアスフィールを倒せる最大の機会だと思うね。
It's a morbid way of thinking, but yeah.
肝心のセイバーを回復させる方法があるのか。こんな場所じゃ満足な治療もできないんじゃ。
ううん、セイバーの治療に場所は関係ないわ。セイバーは単に魔力切れで弱っているだけだもの。一定量の魔力さえ補充してあげれば、あとは以前通りの能力を発揮してくれる。
Osaka's explanation makes me remember last night. Osaka said that Saber's magical energy is almost depleted. So to replenish Saber's magical energy...
セイバーを助けたいなら、セイバー自身に人を襲わせて
We're not
魂を食べさせるし
doing
かない。
that, though.
なら答えは一つよ。レイジを使いなさい、エミヤ君。それで最悪の事態は避けられるわ。
We're not doing that. There are 2 command spells left. I have to use this. Make Saber attack people and make her consume their souls to replenish her magical energy. We can't beat Berserker unless Saber is healed. We'll be beaten if we don't beat him. I sneak a glance at Saber, who's lying down. As we are now, we'll only make Saber suffer. That means...
いや、トサカ。それでもセイバーに人を襲わせるのは反対だ。
ええ。今回は私も同意よ。
Oh shit! She finally agrees with us! It only took 11 days.
これが他の場所だったらその提案をしたでしょうけどね。
But there's no humans within a nearby radius. Like, not... If it would be easy enough like that, then we would just be able to use a command spell to get out of here and then do it later. I don't know. But the point is, we don't have that luxury since there's not people here. We're in the middle of a mountain with, you know, a forest mountain, a mountain forest.
でも、ここはイリアスフィールの庭の中。人の魂なんかどこにもない。
Maybe the maids,
あ
I
の
guess.
城の中にはバーサーカーとイリアスフィール以外の誰かがいるかもしれないけ
That's,
ど、
yeah.
それ
食べさせるために
So
は
we need to
外に
replenish
出
our
ないといけな
mana.
い。
How are we gonna do that in a
戦闘になるってことか。
PG-13 manner? Osaka nods. I'm glad that I don't have to make Saber attack people, but then how can we replenish her magical
どうす
energy?
るんだトサカ。そもそも俺がセイバーに魔力を補充できないから困ってるんだよな。
方法はあるわよ。その昨日ってもう一昨日に説明したでしょ。
How do we do it?
サーバントに魔力を分け与える方法は共有の魔術とそれ以外にわずかな方法しかないって。
But now it has, so give us our alternative. Recall the conversation yesterday. She certainly did say...
まあ召喚時にセイバーとパスが通っているはずだからまだ方法があるかもしれないけど。
Something like
思い
that.
出した。パスは通ってるから魔術以外の方法があるとかなんとか。
Wait, did I say something wrong? Maybe I misheard her back then because I was shocked about making Saber attack people.
なんか方法があるのか。
まあね、私がサポートできる範囲で2つ。この状況だと荒っぽい方になる
Will
わ。
I have to use the sensor?
いい？セイバーの魔力不足は素人のパスが不完全だからよ。彼女を回復させるにはこのパスを完全な形に通し直すしかない。
確かにそうできれば一番なんだろうが。
First of all, we had that problem since Saber was summoned. we wouldn't have been in this trouble if the line to supply her with magical energy was established.
話自体は簡単よ。シロとセイバーを共感状態にして霊的なパスをつなぎ直すだけ。
I know where this is
契約破
heading
棄や
in the
最小
R18
間以外に
version,
パスを修復するた
but
め
I
にはそ
don't
れしか
know where
ない。
this is heading in the real to new version.
そのためにセイバーにシロの魔術回路を移植するの。
Which translate my magical circuit into Saber?
セイバーとシロのパスを新しくするには霊的に重要な機関を移植するしかないわ。
Can you say that in layman's
サーバント
terms?
とマスターが聖
Like,
杯の
please,
力を
layman's
借りているの
terms.
なら、それに匹敵する強い結合を生み出さないとパスは通らない。そのためにはマスターの魔術回路をサーバントに移植する。それくらいやらないとシロの力がセイバーには届かないから。
What does that mean? Magic circuit, a mechanism Magi need so they can use to activate mana. This is the core of the Magi, and with this, one can create magical energy which is the source of magic. It's more important than their life for Magi. You can even call it the meaning of their existence. I can give that magic circuit to someone else?
サーバントの回路をマスターに移植するのは危険すぎるわ。ゴーストライナー、それも英霊の回路は死にゆく人の体に移しても強烈な拒絶反応しかもたらさない。
Hey, I'm pretty sure they actually explore this
シロ
concept
の
at
回路
some
をセイ
point.
バーに移植するしかないってこと。でもそれは張り巡らされた神経を引きちぎられることと同じよ。
To Shiro. Ripping out nerves means the same thing as ripping off your fingers and arms.
待ってくださいリン。それはあまりにもシロに。
そうしない
Nah.
と誰も生き残ることはできない。あな
I take care as I gulp so they won't hear it. I have to get my priorities straight. I have no time to hesitate if it's clear what needs to be done.
トサカ、それは成功するのか？
成功させるわ。でも成功させることはそのまま安全につながるわけじゃない。失敗させるつもりはさらさらないけど、成功すればシロの魔術回路はセイバーに奪われる。むしろ失敗した方がいいんじゃないかって思えるほどの喪失感と苦痛を生むでしょうね。
That's quite the declaration.
もし魔術回路を奪われれば、それはシロが
No more magic for us. My second nerve, the magic circuit, will be taken out. This means removing a part of my nerves, damaging the spiritual body's integrity, and creating a fatal defect as a magus. The essential parts are written in the blueprint, but what happens if those parts are lost? We can never perfect something that is lacking. My hope is of becoming complete will disappear here. Once Emiya Shiro loses his foundation called the magic circuit, he will stay incomplete no matter what. I nod to myself. I see. It's much better to be able to save Saber.
やろう、トサカ。
早っ。決断が早いのはいいけ
That
ど。
was quick. It's not like I was
本当に
expecting
どう
that
いう
the
ことな
entire
のか分かって
time.
るの？
分かってる。トサカ、教えてくれただろ。
分かってるわけないじゃない。いい？セイバーを救うために私はシローに魔術師として死ねと言ってるようなものなのよ。なのにどうしてそんなに反論もしない
Because
で
our
うなずいて。
priorities are different. I mean, this is kind of taking away Shiro's dream in a way, but in a way it's also fulfilling a dream.
だから反論はないんだって。トサカの考えた最上の計画だからうなずくんだ。もっと自分の計画に自信を持てよ、トサカ。そんな風に慌てるとこっちが不安だ。
I didn't think it'd actually say yes.
それにそうしないとセイバーはバーサーカーと戦えないんだろ
そうよ。そうだって言ってるじゃない。
う。だろ。それに俺たちには犠牲がないわけじゃない。あいつが稼いでくれた時間のためにも戦って勝たなきゃいけない。
His back told me to go. I didn't like him, but he risked his life to protect Osaka. I can't be chickening out here.
いいわ。始めましょう、シロ。
セイバーもいいか。俺の魔術回路を移植するってことなんだが。
はい。それがマスターの判断なら。
Her voice does not contain affirmation nor denial. But her eyes looks as if they're in regret. I guess Tosaka is going to prepare us for the... Okay, hold on. Just in case. I'm going to put us on We'll Be Right Back. Just in case. I'll go through this. I'll continue reading. You'll hear all the voice lines, everything. But while I trust it, I also don't. So I'm going to go ahead and just go from here. I guess Tosaka is going to prepare us for the transplant. I don't know how from the first place, so I'll have to leave it to Tosaka. We'll start with Saber. Shiro, can you keep your magic circuit on and stand by without getting too disturbed? Yep. Trace on. I close my eyes and turn over the artificial nerve in my body. I can turn the circuit on and off without problem, thanks to Tosaka, but... Hey! A red flower entangles itself with a white flower. Tosaka gets on top of Saber, who cannot move yet. It's still kind of the same scene. Brazenly moves her fingers across Saber's body. Yeah, why you doing some fuck? Wait, Tosaka, what are you trying to do to Saber? I'm trying to get her to relax. The success rate is going to drop unless Saber relaxes. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Continue on. Alright. Then let's take off your clothes, Saber. No? Huh? What? Don't get so surprised about every little thing. We just need to take off a part of your clothing. Transplant of the magic circuit is integration of the body and mind. We need to make sure of maximum contact and reduce any screening. Tosaka is serious and calm. The only one flustered are Saber and I. Hold on, Rin. I can do this myself. Don't say that when it's painful. Just raise your arm. Oh, Emiya. No. Could it be that you want to take off her clothes yourself as a duty of a master? I stopped myself before calling her an idiot. With a joke aside, that's something I'm not suited to do. I can't stay composed if I have to do such a thing. Sorry, I'll leave her to you. Good. So, you take off your clothes too, Shiro. You just need to take off your top. I'll kill you if you take off your bottom too. Okay. I can't tell if she's serious or joking. Anyway, it seems I need to take off as much clothing as I can to come into contact with Saber. Done. Shiro, could you please turn your back for a while? Okay, tell me when you're done. It hurts. I turn around, take my shirt off, and fold it up. I even fold the sleeves so I could put it in a drawer if I wanted to, and try to hide my nervousness. Are you alright, Saber? Yep, I feel much more relaxed, but I have to calm down. I try to suppress my fear while acknowledging how hard the transplant of a magic circuit is, and how much loss and pain the process involves. This is just a passing point. The thing I should be scared of is the fight against Berserker after this. Alright, Shiro. Alright. Okay. They did censor the scene. Yep, Saber's skin is like new fallen snow, or marble, with the front of her blouse hanging open. Beautiful, and it bordered on profane. I suddenly forget how to breathe. I've seen her skin before, but the Saber in bed right now is like any Saber I've seen before. Because of the weird tension. With myself aside, Saber's acting strangely too. Before she was acting normally, even when I saw her skin. Right. This way, Shiro, get on here and get on top of Saber. It feels like I'm moving a borrowed body. I'm walking to the bed, but stepping on the rubble doesn't feel realistic. Saber, I'll take it until you two sympathize. I'll have you do it after that, but make sure not to take too much. The less you take, the less burden there will be on Shiro. Understood. Please go ahead, Rin. Their conversation doesn't come into my head. I have my hands full on steadying my breath. We even get closer. We're so close that our skin is almost touching. I feel her weak breath. I support myself with my arms and my body is too close to her. Change preparation. Stupefaction, trance, union commence. Her spell starts. I shake off useless thoughts and clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber. Small, small, small,
円
small.
環航路
Tourist route
開始
open. The only thing I can see is Saber's face. She's already in meditation. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I close my eyes reluctantly.
大きく
Large, 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 large.
愛路行動
Narrowport Road close in succession. My senses are becoming vague. The sense of floating that I feel every night when I constructed the magic circuit. The feeling of my mind escaping my body and being flung away. But it goes in the opposite direction this time. It usually goes out my back, but my mind is escaping out of my chest right now. 5 senses are the functions of the body. My sense of hearing should go away since I'm out of my body. But my ears are hearing Saber's breathing sharper than before. The gentle breathing is starting to become lively. The sound of rapidly beating heart. The sound of blood flowing through the veins. I slip out of the shell called Emiyashiro and slide into her body. Hey, it's a euphemism. It's a sex. It's a sex. My mind sinks even deeper. I converge, swirl, shrink, and become strong crystal to enter her. The beat, warmth, breath. I touch her mind, not her body.
白
Zero. A voice like a bell. I answer that voice. My mind completely breaks away from my body. My senses completely transform. I have no arms, legs, or self. I run naked. It feels like I'm running back in time. I rather feel like I'm being left behind. It accelerates. Body, personality, order, law. I become a dart and penetrate through numerous barriers between boundaries of individual. Sparks fly from the circuit. The sensation of reaching the speed of light freezes me. This is pretty cool visuals. I think I could change it back. I hope I can change it back now. Hey, there's a man with no shirt. It's as if passing by human life in a second. The concentrated life is heavy and therefore cruel. No matter how the life is, it passes by in an instant. It's unbearable. Hey, is that Shiro in the middle? Yeah, it is. It's unbearable to stare at it direct on. Therefore, my emotion is anesthetized and freezes. This is what it's like to go on a journey with only the mind. I realized what an excellent insurance the weight called the body was. Visualization of foundation of magic. Digitalization of humans. Several hundred organs are connected using several billion connections. The infinite complex pattern is a highway made of simple repetitions. The distant future that eventually is. It's like a vehicle going through the illuminated city without any life. Here, the present time passes by at light speed. This is a lot of... God, flash. Okay. Jesus. Eternity in an instant. I pass through the final boundary. Beyond this is inside her. I will see the magic circuit owned by the existence called Arturia. Huh. This is trippy. The change is extreme. The fast world filled with light is cut off in an instant. It's dark and heavy here. Pressure compresses my outline. The air is too dense, and it feels as if I'm underwater. My body is slowly sinking, accompanied by pain as if squashed by strong force. The pain is deep, and I can't see the body. Or the path is deep, and I can't see the bottom. It feels like I'm falling through a massive darkness into an even denser darkness. Darkness within darkness awaits you, Riku. The fact that I instantly went past thousands of miles feels like a lie. Now I'm suffering for an eternity to go 1 mile. I feel no hope nor light ahead. This is really Saber's magic circuit? It's so different from mine. They say the shape of a magic circuit and the number of paths are different for each person, but this is different. It's not about scale or ability. It seems Saber's magic circuit is fundamentally different from that of a Magus's. It might be because it is. Anyway, the path rumbles. Each time, my small self is almost crushed. I don't know what kind of magic circuit Saber has, but I know that The sympathizing spell is working. Or synthesizing? I don't know. This isn't a failure. This place is dark and heavy, unlike Saber, but this isn't an impure place. It's so full of life. The flowing air is blood and also a swirl of magical energy. I realize that I've forgotten to breathe. It may be because there's no need to. The sinking is painful, but not life-threatening. I look up at the darkness I fell through, and it feels like it's a distance I can't go back. First of all, I can't see anywhere in this darkness. Even a slow fall seems infinite. The weight of the air changes. The speed of descent decreases even more. I narrow my eyes at the brightness of the darkness. Huh? What? Huh? Huh? There is an end to this infinite path. I feel Saber's warmth and breath. That's the final destination. I reach through the source of Saber's magical circuit, the mental world of her scent. But the scenery is beyond my understanding. The core of a star. The embodiment of fire that breathes deep underground is here. Whoa. This is seeming awfully doomsday-y. Not a sound. The red surface of a lake is swirling, but stays silent without splashing around. A huge shadow is at the bottom of the lake. The eyes of fire perceives the small intruder. A foreign body is still foreign body, even if its master is allowed inside. In this core, my mind is only a piece of trash that disturbs its function, or a piece of wood to light the fire. Swallow my breath that I don't need. I stare at the full scenery. This is Saber's magic circuit. Her heart that exceeds humans and is fundamentally different from ours, which is imagined from lines and circuits. This place is a reactor core. If a magus's body is a machine which creates magical energy, this place is a factory which creates magical energy. But the core is inactive. The starting key to make the core turn, the source of energy to provide the first turn, is there. There is such a great amount of magical energy and an enormous magical core. There isn't enough magical energy to activate the core. That's our job. It rises to the surface. The stalled sea of gasoline. No matter how much undulated magical energy there is, meaningless without the fire to burn it. It doesn't matter how small the fire is. This core will resume activity once the path to send magical energy is connected. For that, a thing transcending human knowledge awakens. The many paths running across the lake swirl up. The red atmosphere shoots up and becomes pillars. Or is this how it is at the bottom of inside a thundercloud? Getting the dragon images because you get it? Because it's Artoria Pendragon. Because she's dragonborn. The raging sound of the waves is so huge that I already cannot perceive them with my hearing. Just like something so huge cannot be seen, its roar is just like silence. Jesus, that thing is huge. The thing appearing from within the blazing core is an embodiment of all threats to mankind. Well, there it is. I don't know what it is. It's a dragon, obviously, but there it is. Question is now, what is it? Like, what is it doing here? It's been said. The king is a red dragon symbolizing Britain. The child of the sacred star, carrying a phantasmal blood in a human body. Well, that's what this is, then. I don't think it meant it so literally. Dragon, the symbol, fear, and king of the numerous phantasmal beasts, appearing sometimes as evil and sometimes as godlike, the highest of all beings. That is what is in Saber's unconsciousness. It's an absurd true nature that is appropriate for the best servant. Cauldron is opened. The two brutal fangs fill my vision. Resistance is meaningless. A mere human cannot defend against it. A mere human's intelligence cannot think of running away. A mere human sneezes at the worst opportunities. It must have been that hungry. With bloodshot eyes, it bites down on food that is small as dust and... oh god! Eradicates all words. Come to think of it, why isn't food on the table alive? It doesn't even need to be said. You cannot bear if it's alive. You cannot bear it if it is alive. We know that food is better fresh, but it's still dead because it's too cruel to keep alive. In short, despite appearances, edible meat preserves the dignity of life. Screams and rage boil up. I forget who I am and the roar like a beast. I appeal my pain. Hatred builds up. I resist with bare sensation. As I'm bitten on, I beg for mercy like a sinner being crucified. My senses vanish. I drop all goals and meanings. Keeping sanity here is as distant as the time of creation. Well, things are looking better now, I think. No, never mind. Excessively powerful pain and pressure, and the instant I can only perceive this creature as a monster. Hey, well, that's a good sound. I recall her figure, hanging her head, believing that I can withstand this hell. I recall the meaning of this pain. I exhilarate the significance of this anguish. I fully realize why I came to this place. I breathe out and stop resisting. The one I should fight against is not the dragon's fangs, but the pain within me. I didn't come here to get away from the pain. I'm here to save her from the pain and to answer the trust she kept many times. Thus, as I cannot fight, I'm here to give her the best answer I can give. Hey, we're in the jaws of the beast. I mean that literally. Also, hello title screen music. There's no pain I can describe anymore. I'm not reaching out to my destroyed senses. I stay quiet as if I'm asleep and sharpen my senses. Eternity is an instant here. If that's the case, I can stay conscious if I can withstand the pain for even an instant. Alright, then I have no fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, the one who is fighting. Well, became less hellish and more cyberpunk? I don't know. Pain disappears in an instant. The red dragon is gone and my consciousness rises. Did it grow light because I lost some of it? As if returning to the surface, I get away from the core against my will. Wait, I have to check something before that. Huh? How warm. The core is burning golden with a low sound. The delicate magic circuit is glowing with all the colors of the rainbow, restarting the circulation. The fire has been lit. Even though I may be an amateur magist, I was able to fulfill my role as her. I surrender my body to the soaring wind. I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword and a figure dancing in the field. Which did I find familiar? Probably both. Because they were probably both, you know, Artoria. Saber. I feel the sun on my eyelids and open my eyes slowly. We made it to sunrise. I check my body with a dizzy mind. My limbs are still there, and I don't feel any wound on my body. Maybe the pain went away when I endured it. My mental wound that could have been... Ow! Jesus! Stop! Let me go. Paws hurt. Stop bumping the mic, too. Dummy. What are you doing? Anyway, cat troubles. My mental wound that could have been a trauma is healed as well.
Shiro.
Huh? I hear a weak voice from under me. Spencer? Spencer? We'll be right back. Just for a second? The feeling of her soft skin instantly makes me realize who she is and what we're doing. Saber is lying on the bed with untidy blouse and Tosaka is curled up in a sleep. Tosaka's alright, but Saber has been under me dressed like this. I think we're good. I think it's safe to say we're good. That's why I'm going to go to HD bed. Might see a little skin, but it's not anything super big. An awkward greeting. Saber slowly gets up and fixes her blouse. Thank God. Crap, we're conscious of each other and I can't look at each other in the eyes.
もう起きられるようになったんだ。
はい。魔力の供給を受けられるようになりましたので。
Seems Saber's back to normal. The frailness when I carried her here is now gone.
そうか。よかった。成功したんだ。魔術回廊の移植は。
Yep, we're all good.
ですからその服を着ていただけませんか、シロ。
Alright. Radio. I looked down at myself.
そうか、そうだよな。そうだった。
I quickly reach out for the extremely folded up clothes. Osaka folded up my clothes. No, I'm the one. Yeah, you said you specifically did it so you could. Why did I fold it up so much? Oh. I vividly recall the ritual last night. I sympathized with Saber and transplanted my magic circuit deep inside of her. It looks like Saber's back to normal, but what about me? Osaka said that my body and mind would not be able to handle losing the magic circuit, but there's no big damage, nor do I feel any big sense of loss. I'm a bit scared, but I check my magic circuit. I dread looking at how much of it is missing, but the fight against Berserker is waiting. I have to know the condition I'm in. Huh? Weird. The magic circuit is a bit dull, but I don't see any damage. It was bitten to pieces, but my magical circuit is still there. I guess there's nothing wrong with it for me to use the strengthening spell. Magic circuits I rarely use were probably taken away. I only activate 1 to 4 circuits for strengthening. I can't use any large-scale spells, so I've never fully activated all my circuits. It seems magic circuits transplanted into Saber were those circuits I rarely use.
シロ。
I can still use the strengthening spell just fine. But my body's fatigue and dullness as if I'm in water because my full ability has degenerated. In its place, I feel that I'm connected deep down to something important. I can't clearly tell where, but there's this weak link between Saber and I. I've obtained something big and warm in place of my lost circuits. So, an overall gain versus an overall loss. I hear Saber's apologetic voice from behind me.
シロの回路を得る際に必要最小限に留めるよう努力はしました。ですが、その最低限の量ですら人から得るには多すぎた。
Nah, you're actually good.
私が書くも力足らず。
You actually shouldn't blame this on you at all. There's literally something wrong with whatever, like your summoning process or something. It wasn't either summoning process or
セイバーは謝らなくていいんだ。そもそもの原因は俺が魔力の供給をできないでいて、セイバーに迷惑をかけていたからだろ。
So this is our own.
でも、それもこれで解決した。これからはちゃんと魔力の供給ができる。
I mean, we're technically in the 12th day now at the very least.
これで本当に胸を張ってセイバーのマスターだって口にできる。
ですが、シロ。
俺の魔術回路のことは気にしなくていいよ。どうせ使わないものみたいだし、むしろない方が好き。
She doesn't look convinced. I mean, we're telling the truth here. Saber doesn't look happy. I don't know what to say now. Saber's healed, and I survived in spite of losing my magic circuit. Saber's magic circuit and the dream of light and wind in Saber's youthful days, and on top of that, we spent the night dressed like that. Calm down. Calm down. That was a ritual for us to survive. I have to calm down. I may make a mistake in the morning, or make a mistake in the oncoming fight like this. Tosaka's awake, though. Her breath pauses and she lets out a voice. It seems Tosaka woke up.
おはようございます、リン。
Yep, morning, Rin. Everything went good. Her hair moves and she raises her head. Tosaka's not a morning person, so she's like a different person right now. Yeah, it did better than succeeded, actually. Shiro is fine. Absolutely fine. That's my cue to let my cat out. Where are you? pretty decent loss.
3割ですか。
Yep,
なん
3
とか最
tenths.
初にとどめたというのに、それでも3割とは。
Wait, that doesn't seem like that much. I don't know.
なんと強欲な。
I expected, complete
強
loss.
欲か。そうだな。腹ペコだったにしても、
Took
もう少し
more,
行
took
儀よくして
more.
ほし
Come
か
on,
ったな
man. He's joking. The awkward mood disappears since Tosaka joined in. Now we're really back to normal. Except, the giant fucking berserker that's
yeah.
chasing us. Can we get away from this CG, please? Battle is near. Berserker and Ilias Fila are waiting on the other side of the silent forest. We'll lose many significant things we exchanged last night unless we break through the hurricane of death. The connection with Saber created in my heart. To protect it, we have to defeat the strongest enemy. So, Interlude 11-1. 8. In the battle between the two ends, they killed and exterminated each other with all their might, and it ended with the annihilation of the Red Knight. Oh Jesus! Archer and Berserker really, man, this place looks so nice! Oh, it's destroyed now. The gorgeous hall is completely transformed. The floor is cracked in numerous places. Many walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed and smashed marble has scattered in the wind. The space has been completely destroyed, leaving no trace of its former beauty. You could say that it has also destroyed time, because the remains of the destruction hide what the place looked like just 2 hours ago. In the middle of the destruction stands a suitable sculpture. It stands over 2 meters tall, looking like a figure of a man carved out of a large stone. This does not even need to be said. It is Ilias Fila's servant, Berserker. The giant doesn't move. His body dyed in red and filled with holes. There's no place on the giant's body that isn't wounded. First, both its legs are almost melted. Second, there's a mark of a cut on his neck. Third, his arm is barely hanging from his elbow. Fourth, he is slashed from his shoulder to his groin. Fifth, a large amount of blood is gushing from his chest. Sixth, his internal organs can be seen at his stomach. Berserker does not move. It is only natural. It's a corpse no matter how one looks at it. The battle itself has ended much earlier, but Berserker's master has forgotten to act as this result is too surprising and unexpected. She has to pursue her prey, but she's only looking at this scene in astonishment.
信じられない。何だったのよ。
He was Archer! He was the best Archer! She murmurs angrily. The battle that took place here was nothing but humiliation for her. Her servant is the most powerful. There should only be 1 or 2 servants able to match Heracles, the most famous of all heroic spirits. But Archer, a heroic spirit of unknown identity, has defeated him. That Red Knight has matched Berserker equally and has succeeded in killing Berserker, something no one has been able to do before. Such actions cannot be forgiven. For her, this is like being stabbed in the heart by a bug on the roadside. The pride of a girl who considers herself the strongest cannot allow her to be cornered by someone who should be stepped on, begging for sympathy. Yeah, that sucks, Ilya. The sculpture doesn't answer. It might be unable to afford an answer, or perhaps it sees no need for one. Berserker just stands there and devotes himself to healing his wounds. This battle was too strange for him as well. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. No attack can affect his body unless it's of the highest grade, though he rarely takes wounds. In the age of the gods, no one could scratch him after he had accomplished his great deeds. But still, 6 times. Archer delivered a fatal blow 6 times. It does not even need to be said that every one of his attacks were by a different method. Even the greatest attacks cannot be effective on Berserker twice. If one seeks strangeness, that is the strange part. If Archer is a hero with such varied abilities, his true identity should have been clear. But his true identity still remained unknown, even after his body was pulverized. What was really surprising was his way of being contradictory to that of a servant. A dim light grows in Berserker's eyes. If he had been summoned as a normal servant, he would have grieved that this battle deserved better. No matter who he really was, Archer was a rare, great enemy. If he had not been mad, he could have matched sword techniques with Archer to his heart's content and passed a satisfying time.
許さない。許さないんだから。よくもここまで私を侮辱してくれたわね。
His master's voice echoes. With that, the small light of rationality vanishes. He's only a berserker now. His role is to defeat his opponents and to crush them as his master pleases. I know in one of the other fate sources... Oh, stop getting in over your head. Who's the real berserker here now, Ilya? Anyway, I know in another fate source that berserker is completely sane. It might... I'm trying to think. I think it's Fate Strange Fake, actually. Fate Strange Fake does... There's a lot of to Fate Strange Fake, and I fully intend on reading it one day. But I know its translation process is pretty small right now. He does not even need to answer. Wounds that are not fatal will be fully healed in a few minutes, but restoring everything would take 3 days. That might not be the best idea, Ilya. It might not. It might not. The giant silently objects. It's his instincts. Berserker has an intuition like Saber when it comes to fighting. The enemies can certainly be mowed away easily, but it will be a different story if the servant Saber has recovered enough to use her noble phantasm. Berserker will not yield to a mere holy sword, but there's a small chance. His instincts tell him that if he is to fight that servant, he should engage her in perfect condition. Making a lot of assumptions here. We didn't make fun of you. We just literally wanted to live. That is a very, very bad implication. That is an incredibly bad implication. The girl jumps down from the stairs. Through the rubble, she walks to the exit without a care for bloody berserker. In that moment, the girl stops once as if remembering something. Please just leave me alone. What's your deal? I want the backstory on this, god damn it. Smiling, the girl leaves the castle. The sun should come up soon. The forest is like her yard. No matter where her prey are hiding, it should be no problem for her to find them. As her targets, they only have a few minutes of life remaining. Unless we attack back, which is what we fully intend on doing. Back at the little ruin lodge shed thing. I don't know why, but I was forced to leave the ruin. Tosaka pushed me out, saying that girls have adjustments afterward, changing and all that. Guess they kind of left the lines as is. Oh well. I grumble, leaning against the wall. It sounds like an excuse, because it is. Remembering, I frantically shake off my worldly desires. I have to forget about it for now. I won't survive if I'm submerged in the memories of Saber. More than anything, it's impolite to Saber. After all, I made a contract with Saber to save her. So I shouldn't have any other emotion for Saber. I'm a big liar. I can't deceive myself about it with excuses like that. I can't forget the spectacle I saw inside Saber. But I have to forget about it for now. Jeez. This is no time to be worrying about such things. Hey, Mataya. How's it going? Or Killer. Either way. What we should be worrying about right now is how to take on Berserker, which will probably be any second now. Gotta live, gotta live. Can't let Archer's death be in vain. Ah, pour one out for your boy. Pour one out for your boy. I could never like him, but all of his words have stuck into my head. I stare at a tree branch. There's only a few things I can do. Even if it isn't much right now, I can only do them to the best of my abilities. I pluck a handy branch, and I also find a few more branches that are straight. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are all cleaned up and everything. I hear Tosaka's voice. I return the ruin carrying the branches I found. It's like when you're a little kid and you find like a stick in a park or something, or just like outside randomly and just like carrying it around like, hey, this is my big bad stick. I'm going to use it to defeat the imaginary monsters. Except this time it's a real monster. That's very terrifyingly dangerous. Oh well. Well, the other problem is whether I'm able to act normally after seeing Saber into Saber's heart for even a moment. Yeah, don't worry about that too hard.
リンから話があるそうです。
Alright, I guess such worries were only on my part. Saber is acting resolutely as always. She must have completely accepted the incident, unlike me. We already know Saber's really good at hiding her feelings. Damn, I won't lose. It's stupid to be the only one blushing, so I'll try my best to act calm. Just gotta keep on that act. Both of you guys. I believe in you.
会議って言っても口論し合う暇はないわ。バーサーカーを倒す方法も限られているし、とりあえず私の話を聞いてもらえる？
What's up? The brute forcing it isn't gonna work it.
まともな方法じゃバーサーカーとは勝負にならない。勝つためには奇襲。仕掛けたのなら反撃させずに一撃で首を落とすのが絶対条件だと思う。
And because of the interlude, we know that no one attack will be able to work twice on this. So that's the actual, like, decently large worry about this, is that keeping our attacks, like, varied to a point where, like, we have to keep them varied in order to keep on taking his lives away. Yeah, because regardless of the state he's in, a head-on attack is tantamount to suicide. I mean, Archer did really good, but it's still, like, extremely bad for us. So a surprise attack would be a lot better, and we might be able to take on one of his lives like that. But yeah, his instincts are just way too good. We have to go in with the pretense of a surprise attack, but without the advantages of it being an actual surprise attack.
あっちにはイリアスフィールがいるんだもの。少なくともセイバーとシローの気配は簡単に感知されるわ。
Great.
私は気配を隠せるから
Hey,
大丈夫
Shiro,
だけど。
remember how shit of a mage you are? Yeah, well, that's kind of gonna, like, screw us over a little bit. Oh well. I don't know how it works, but Ellie can feel Saber. Yeah, that's kind of what fucked them over the first time. No presence concealment. Distract them
当
temporarily?
然でしょ。一番に狙われてるのはシローなんだし、この中で一番動きやすいのは私だもの。
But are you really gonna be able to do anything, Ren?
そりゃそうよ。だからセイバーに隙を作ってもらうの。セイバー、体はどのくらい回復した？
通常戦闘ならば問題はありません。ですが、宝具の使用は避けるべきです。
Ah, if you need to use the Noble Phantasm, go for it. We'll just, fucking give you some more of our magic circuits. Took 3/10 of it, you can have another 3/10. I'm sure it won't affect us that much.
今の魔力では、おそらく使った瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。たとえ使ったとしても純度は落ちていますから。
So we can't rely on the Noble Phantasm. That's actually a pretty big worry. We still have another Man Seal, so I wonder if we can utilize that to any, like, actual effectiveness.
で、私は隠れて様子を見る。イリアスフィールから見れば私はおまけみたいなものだし、いなければ二人を見捨てて逃げたとか思うんじゃないかしら。
But Ilya is kind of going a bit insane right now. A bit insane. So we can assume, like, the extra part is a really nice aspect of it, but if she was in her normal mindset, it would be a lot of things like being able to accurately tell, like, hey, this person disappeared right now while the other two went away, and she's probably going and try and take us on surprise. But Ilya is absolutely just trying to kill us. now. There's no pretense, no subtlety, no planning. Just go out there and get them. So, with one of them off of her mind, and it might be able to work.
はあ、それはまあ可能性はなくはありませんが。
可能性が低いならあげて。シロはイリアスフィールと仲がいいみたいだし、うまく話せば騙せるんじゃない？
That's not a good for us.
反論はあるけど引き受けた。遠坂は逃げたって言えばイリアはまず信じるよ。
But that means we have to get within talking distance with Ilya.
私がバーサーカーと対峙するのはいい。ですが、シロに同じことはさせられません。
We did it the first time when, you know, fucking slashed us once and our stomach came out and all that, day 1 or day like 4 or whatever.
誰もシロに殴り合えなんて言ってないわ。シロはセイバーから離れて後方支援。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを押し切るのは難しいから、危なくなったら助けてあげて。
バカな。シロはリンのように魔術に長けてはいない。援護と言っても何を。
それはシロが考えて。もっともバーサーカー相手だと
You're putting a lot of faith in
マスターが介入する余
us.
裕なんてないわ。
You are really putting a
シロ
lot
だ
of
けじゃ
faith
な
in
くて、
us.
私だって手を出せばセイバーの足を引っ張るもの。それでも一人だって遊ばせる余裕はないの。シローが殺されればセイバーもおしまいっていうのは分かってるけど、ここはそうしてもらうわ。
それはそうですが。
Alright. Not really much we can do. We all have to take advantage here, even though one of us is only really an actual threat to him. We all have to do our part. The two's concern is only natural. That night I met Saber. When we were attacked by Berserker, I could only use my body to defend her. There's a high probability that'll happen again. So, I should stay away from the battlefield, but I would have no intention of doing that, even if she didn't tell me to be there.
遠くからの援護は何とかしよう。
Do something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Our instincts haven't taken us wrong so far, except for, you know, that one time when we went to school and kind of almost got killed by Ryder. That was pretty bad.
離れたところからセイバーを援護すればいいんだろ。それなら何とかなると思う。
Saying that, I hold up a branch I just collected. The length is perfect, and the flexibility is good as well. This is the first time I've done this kind of strength. But I don't think there's any flaw in the principle. The point is, I just need to keep reinforcing it until it becomes a real one. And for this, I also have a reference since he had one too. And on top of that, magical energy has been flowing into my body for a while now. I just have to repeat the usual process now. I analyze the basic structure and modify it. Trace on. Analyze the composition of materials and reinforce them. But that's not enough. If the original branch was, and the finished project is his bow, I just have to imagine the concept of creation. If I'm to get close enough to a real one, I have to formulate every hypothesis, at least in my head. I open my eyes. The branch is shaped right, but, yeah, it's not close. It's ugly and crooked. But I know it will work as a bow. I just have to make the arrows in the same way.
シロ、今の。
ああ、シンジとの一件でなんとなくコツが分かった。遠坂も言ってただろ。
そう。まあ、手段ができたのはいいことだし。
We got our bow.
話を戻すけど、とにかく二人にはバーサーカーと戦ってもらう。私はあらかじめ木に登って上から様子を観察してるから。で、セイバーがなんとかバーサーカーに隙を作ったら、死角である頭上からとっておきの宝石を使い切ってバーサーカーを串刺しにする。
And then we'll just kind of let hell rain
作戦と
loose.
してはそれだけの単純なものだけど。
Alright. Osaka's expression asks for questions.
宝石というのはリンの魔術ですか?
Yeah, he's gonna have really high magic resistance, just like Saber would.
わかってる。要するに A 判定の攻撃でないとダメなんです。
Yep, basically. So we actually have something that actually hurt him.
私が物心ついた時からために貯めた貯金みたいなものよ。これ一つで A 判定の大魔術を
Oh,
即座に
great!
発生させら
I
れる。
wasted one in our first encounter. Good job. It's almost like her.
一つはあなた
What
に
is her
使っ
magic
ちゃったわ。
resistance? Hold on, let me check status. Do we have anything on Archer? Don't have any. His abilities, no true name. Magic resistance D. Independent actions B. You know that is. Huh. Anyway, skills? No, Noble Phantasm. So the only thing we got from it is basic abilities. Even then, we don't have anything on a Noble Phantasm. What was I looking at? Berserker with Madness B. That's all we know about him so far. Nothing about anything else. Look at his stats. God damn. Chaotic Insane. Skills, battle continuation. A. It allows for battle even on the verge of death and continues allows the user to stay alive until they receive a clearly fatal blow. Mind's Eye, so we can avoidance, so yeah, instinct, bravery A, and divinity A. No magic resistance that we know of though. His basic resistance is just that good, but A rank magic hopefully we'll be able to penetrate that.
そうか。あの時の魔術ならば確かにバーサーカーは防げない。彼には私のような耐魔力はありません。
Okay, there we go.
魔術であってもそれが A 判定ならば問題なく貫通する。
そういうことよ。本当は小出ししていこうと思ったけど、悠長なことは言ってられないわ。
Be too conservative in this manner, then all we have
特別
left
に2つか3つは叩き
will
込んでやる
die.
んだから。
This is kind of a matter of, like, regardless of her position in the Holy Grail War now, where, you know, she's out, she lost, Archer's gone, there's nothing left. This is a matter of survival for Rin now. Rin needs to get out of this forest without, like, why is she, I don't know. I guess it's just pity, sympathy, whatever, I don't know. Because relatively speaking, she could use presence concealment and get out of here. I feel. Leave us, but I don't know if that's just not in her moral compass or what. I mean, she did save us in the prologue, so like that's something. Maybe it is just her moral compass. I feel like her whole life has been leading up to the Holy Grail War, and now that she's out, like, I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think about. Tosaka sticks out her chest in confidence, but
なんか半端にせこくないか。
yeah, just a little bit.
私が言えることではありませんが、せめて半
Yeah,
分
you
使
should
い切る
probably
ぐらいの
use,
気前の良さ
you
が
know,
必
all
要
of
だと
them
思うので
guarantee
す
our
が。
own survival.
何よ、そんなの人の勝
It's
手でしょ。
also our lives.
あなたたちね、私がどれほど苦労してここまで貯めたって思ってるのよ。
Our lives are on the line now. Saber and I protest silently. Osaka's life depends on this as well, so it won't be funny if she gets stingy and we end up failing because of that.
わかったわよ。半分使えばいいんでしょ。
Use
使えば
all of them! Our lives are on the line! You can use all of them and go to the church, and then we're on our own.
私だってそれくらいわかってるんだから。とにかく作戦はそれだけよ。あとは私が隠れられて、
We still don't know anything about the
シロが
last
セーバーの援護をしやすい場所を探さな
masters,
くちゃ。
though. Who do we... We don't know anything about Lancer's Master, and Assassin's and Caster's Master. We don't know anything about that. And those are the... Like, after we deal with Berserker here, those are the three we still have to deal with. So, it's really a question of, like, what left after this. Because Rin can go to the church, but then we still have to deal with the Holy Grail War. But, yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. We still got shit to deal with, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, we can't stay in this ruin now. As Tosaka says, all that's left is to find a spot to wait for Berserker. But before that, I'm worried about Saber. Wonder if Saber's really alright. She says she'll have no problem fighting, but isn't this hard on her with fighting Berserker when she's so weak before? I should have made a save point, but that was my instant result. I doubt that was like a life or death choice.
使えばその瞬間に体を維持できなくなる。
Saber said that. That means Saber will disappear the instant she uses that sword.
はい。何でしょうか、シロ。
戦う前に 一つ約束してくれないか？
Alright.
ええ、それが
You
私に
know,
できる
don't
ことな
disappear,
らば
don't
構い
kill
ません。
yourself, don't try and do something stupid.
そのさ、どんな状況になってもあの宝具は使わないでほしいんだ。地
So
上であんなも
got
のを使
only
ったら
one
大
use of
事だし、
Excalibur in them.
それにバーサーカーを倒せてもセイバーが死ぬなんていうのは嫌だ。
ええ、分かっています。私も宝具を使う気はありません。
You also said it wouldn't be, you didn't intend to use the Noble Phantasm before, and you also said that you'll be able to win this Noble or this Holy Grail War easy without using it at all. And we've come so far. We've had actually only one servant battle, or two servant battles with you getting destroyed, and no, three actually. You getting hit by a Noble Phantasm in one, or mostly, which put you in a curse, and then Berserker, which kind of just destroyed you and Shiro. And then the fight with Ryder, which actually caused you to use your full noble. The first fight with Ryder, which, you know, was actually pretty good. You did really good in that one. But then the second fight, which required you to use your Noble Phantasm. Like, every time you say, nah, it'll be fine, things don't go fine. Saber declares so. That makes me happy. All right. I mean, if you believe so.
うんざりするほど冷静で安心した。
それはどういう意味でしょうか、シロ。
I'm nervous as hell we might die.
タイはないよ。いいから外に出よう。遠坂を待たせるとまた文句を言われるからな。
そうですね。リンはシロに文句を言うのが趣味のようですから。
And that's a pretty accurate statement. Saying such an ominous thing, Saber heads to the exit, and Saber's body falls forward as if she tripped on something. God damn it!
ほら、足元危ないぞ。散らかってるんだから気をつけないと。
How could you trip? Hey, Saber's blushing awkwardly.
どうした？
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、手を握られていると。
Saber blushes even more, huh? Her figure looks like me from earlier. I blush too. Her hand in mine. I vividly recall Saber's sensation and pull away quickly. They're being awkward. Oh well. Unable to say anything, we just stand there.
外に行ってよ。早く行かないと時間がない。
そうですね。
Gotta escape the awkward atmosphere. Gotta worry about killing a giant demonic beast. Heracles. We start to go out with that forced conversation. Once we go outside, we won't return here. I look back at the ruin for the last time and head to the battlefield, suppressing my beating heart. We reach an open clearing in the forest. The sun is rising and the forest is darkened by the morning mist. Compared to the inside of the dense forest, this place has an open view. This is really nice looking.
そうね。条件はいくらかクリアしてるけど、見晴らしが良すぎるのがどうもね。これじゃあ私はともかくセイバーとシローの逃げ道がないもの。
She's such a perfectionist, considering even the escape routes.
他を渡りましょう。大丈夫。まだ時間はあるわ。
Tosaka re-enters the forest. Hey, she reassumed her spirit origin, I think that's called. I forgot. Anyway. But Saber stares into the distance and doesn't move.
セイバー、何してるのよ。早くしないとイリアスフィールに。
Oh. Are they already caught up? Oh no. Our plan! I can't forget it since I felt it once already. I can't even see him nor feel his presence, but this pressure on my body must be because of him. Well, this calm and peaceful forest setting has suddenly became a lot less calm and peaceful. A lot more terrifying. And please get us out of here. A girl's voice echoes throughout the forest. Beyond the mist, from inside the forest far away, something black comes straight for us. Please get us out of here. Is it too late to run? Can we run? Come on, let us run. Is it because we're in a clearing under the open sky? I feel like Ilya is talking to us while looking down from the sky.
やば、 あいつもう白を見つけたの。
That didn't take long at all.
ここじゃ視界が広すぎる。って何よこのスピード。これじゃ2分かからない。
It's what is hold on, let me check. We have a status thing for a reason. Let's see. Agility A. Look at that. What is hers? C. It's almost like, you know, he's got the best agility in like of all the servants except for Assassin, who's the only one that outspeeds him so far, and Lancer, who's tied with him. Like, damn.
ちょっと何のんびりしてるのよ2人とも。
Because this is what we've been preparing for.
早く場所を変えないと。
We can't go anywhere else. This is the end. This is where we have to do it. Osaka takes my hand, but we won't make
い
it.
や、ここでいい、登坂。
If we panic, then we're just gonna end up in an even worse situation.
求められない。
バカ、それがまずいんだってば。ここじゃ横幅がありすぎるの。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを止められないし、いくら離れてたってあんたも前に入っちゃうじゃない。
Berserker won't kill him right
登坂
away.
が心配してくれてるのは分かってる。けど、危険なのはみんな一緒だ。
She just said that herself.
それはそうだけど。
So we have to kind of deal with the hand we're dealt.
セイバー
This
もいい
is
な。
kind of what we
こ
are
こで
dealing
バーサー
with.
カーを迎え撃つ。
We have to do it.
もう分かったわよ。簡単にやられたら怒るからね。
Don't intend on dying easily. But hey, never, you know what they say about intentions. Are always well intentioned, never. This isn't a saying. What am I? I'm trying to make one up. This isn't working out. She must have agreed as she disappears into the fog. Once she goes into action, she's super fast. She gets away from the clearing and goes up into the tree into the forest.
来るぞ、セイバー。準備はいいか。
あなたも戦いが始まったら決してここから前には出ないように。何があろうとバーサーカーをここには近づけさせません。
Gotta do what we can. The fog flickers. From the morning fog, as if black darkness is seeping out, the mad warrior appears along with a white
意
girl.
外ね。てっきり最後まで逃げ回るとばかり思ってたのに。それとももう観念したの？お兄ちゃん。
Oh. There's about 40 meters between us and Ilya. We're facing each other on opposite ends of the clearing.
セイバーは治ったんだ。そっか。
Kinda just have to stand up for ourselves and run now.
欲しいな。そんなことで私に勝てると思うのは可愛いんだけど。残念ね。シロはここで死ぬんだもの。
Not if, you know, any of the three of them have anything to say about it. I mean, granted, Berserker is a very, very, very strong counter-argument. Her laughter echoes through the forest. Does it irritate her? Saber, standing beside me, is so worked up that she could attack at any moment.
もうつまんないな。ずいぶん無口になっちゃったのね。もしかして殺されるのは怖いの？そんなのもったいないよ。今命乞いをすれば私も許してあげないこともないんだから。
Osaka must have finished climbing the tree. If she's going to place herself, it'll be near the center of the clearing. Nobody would notice if she was right where the branches are overlapping, and they should be strong enough to support her as well. Except for the fact that, you know, she's wearing a bright red fucking jacket, sweater.
そう。あくまでそういう態度なんだ。なら、もうおしゃべりはここまでだ
Well,
ね。
great.
待ちなさい。リンはどうしたの？
Oh,
シロ。
okay, I thought she knew where she was. I was very scared for a second. I was like, oh no, our plan's already going to hell. This is bad. This is very, very bad. But now we're good. Where's Rin? Yeah. He has complete understanding of what can be overlooked and what can't
登
be.
坂はここにはいない。あいつと俺たちは塔に別れた。
別行動を取ったの？そっか。セイバーを連れてるシロは足手まといだものね。リン一人ならもっと遠くに逃げられる。
Oh, okay, so she just doesn't have any unless she's acting right now, which would be perfectly reasonable.
そういうことだ。もうとっくに森を出てるだろう。今から追っても間に合わないぞ。
そうかしら。この森はアインズベルンの結界よ。
Uh-oh.
誰が入ってきて誰が出ていったかぐらいはわかるんだから。あれから外に出た人間は一人もいない。リンはまだ森にいるわ。
I think she might be
探
calling
し
our
出すのは
bluff.
この後でも十分よ。
Thank God. Vilya can only sense the boundaries of the forest. She doesn't know about Tosaki yet. Actually, she completely believed what I said. Vilya is certainly a cold-hearted master. But still, can't that cold-heartedness be recovered?
イリア、戦う前にもう一度だけ聞くぞ。マスターをやめて、こんな戦いをやめることはできないのか。
What does she even have a wish for? I want to know more about like a lot of things about Ilya. Her motivation, her reason for wanting Shiro dead, a lot of different stuff like that. It's very intriguing to me, but we just aren't getting any of that.
できないよ。おじいさまの言いつけだもの。
Alright, well there's her
バーサ
motivation.
ーカーがいる限り、私はアインツベルンのマスターなの。イリアは他のマスターたちを殺して聖杯を持ち帰らなくちゃいけないんだから。それにもう一度だけ聞くのはこっちだよ。私はアインツベルンの当主だから、あんな言葉二度は言わないわ。
Don't really think we have a different reply here. She has a little hope in her voice. I don't think she doesn't. For as much of a sociopath that she kind of is, she doesn't want to kill us. And it's solely focused on not wanting to kill Shiro. She's went through, besides all the bad endings. We're going to ignore that. But the reason, I'm more curious about why that is. I want to know.
答えは変わらない。俺はセイバーのマスターだ。お前がマスターを辞めないって言うんなら、バーサーカーを倒して辞めさせる。
I declare so while looking at Ilya and Berserker. Oh, this just become a lot more grainy and a lot more threatening and a lot colder of an instant, colder of an atmosphere. But in that instant, the air in the clearing freezes.
そう。なら、本気で殺してあげる。その思い上がりと一緒に。
I'll disintegrate you and your conceited thoughts. Wow, alright. There's her command seal. The pattern is appearing on her face. No, it's not just her face. The thing is all over her body. It's a huge command spell. Incomparable to the ones we have.
遊びは終わりよ。蹴散らしなさい。ヘラクレス。
Hey, that's a misspelling right there. It's Hercules. A dead voice. Wait, am I just being dumb? I might just be dumb. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, is that how you spell Hercules, or am I just being dumb right now? No, I was just being... Alright. Dead voice. As if to answer it, the giant behind her roars. Well, that's a response, all right. A scream that shakes the earth. The giant screams as if going insane, and its every ability intensifies as it deforms and swells.
そんな理性を奪っていただけで凶暴化させていなかったというのか。
Only natural for Saber to feel a shudder. Even I, unable to tell how strong this warrior is, can sense that it's not to be messed
行
with.
け。近寄る者はみんな殺しちゃえ。バーサーカー。
Radio. Explosive roar. It roars out, not even a howl now. It roars out, not even a howl now, and the giant jumps in. A silver light dashes forward in reply. Berserker lands in the center of the clearing. A huge body descends and Saber runs straight for its landing point. The ground trembles. As if stopping a meteor, Saber attacks Berserker. Well, this is a battle already. It is the return of legends. In this forest filled with morning mist, the two shadows clash without ceasing. Berserker is just overwhelming. If his horizontal blow is a whirlwind, his descending blow is a waterfall. If Saber takes such an attack, it'll prove fatal even for her. Saber repels such attacks straight on without faltering. Against storm-like blows, she deflects them with all her might. If she doesn't, she'll be slashed in half along with her sword. The infinite blows that continue without pause are in fact a blow diverted with all her might. Is her sword already out, or is it still the wind? I think it's still the wind right now, but I can't tell for sure. The continuous sound of clashing. Their ranges are different, their speeds are different, their strengths remainings are too different. The only thing possible for Saber is to smash her sword into the unavoidable attack to stop it from slashing her by offsetting it with her own blow. To speak metaphorically, Berserker is a broken rock drill. With the blade spinning in all directions will mercilessly destroy all that approach. If one reaches out even a little, that's it. One will get strangled in the blade and be shredded into pieces, unable to even run away. A normal human can't go up against such a thing. If approaching it is fatal, he can only run away. But Saber places herself in the blades and does not retreat. So she will be cut down bit by bit. The sword makes sparks, and it's only natural for her armor to splinter bit by bit. She's constantly putting herself out into fatal situations. I just hold my breath. In ancient times, the heroes that went up against the dragons must have all been like her. They know well enough that their strengths are different, but they still bet on the chance of a lifetime. A great violence surpassing human. They defend until the only thing appears, or the only opening appears, and many warriors died when no such miracle occurred. Their fight is just like that. A dazzling battle that takes my eyes away, sorry. But there's only one end prepared, with it being Saber's defeat, as she is hurt more by the second. The roar shakes the ground. Berserker's whirlwind cuts through the wind and flings back the defending Saber. Saber's armor chips away with every blow, and she hits the ground. She charges bravely at Berserker without falling to her knees, but she's already at her limits. Saber's breathing wildly, and her movements are slowing down to my eyes, even in my eyes. She's not even trying to create an opening in Berserker. Saber will be slashed by him in a few more blows, which means it's time for support. And my clenched fist is a bow. What do you mean, what's the point? I'll provide backup with the bow. The instant Saber is flung away, I fire at Berserker. This won't hurt him, but it should at least take his attention off Saber. The arrow that hits Berserker's temple does nothing. Can't even get his attention. The giant does not block. No, he doesn't even care about my attack. Can we... So we can form the arrows. Can we also strengthen them? Let's not. Ilya's laugh echoes throughout the forest. Can't do anything. Saber's about to collapse in front of me and I can't do anything. I'm too weak. I can't hurt Berserker no matter what I do. All I'm doing is distracting Saber. Strong blow. Saber, repelling that attack, has her feet driven in the ground up to her ankles. The blows are heavy and fast. The axe sword flying above Saber's heads come down. The sword shaves off some of her armor as she flings herself away and breaks the ground. Did I say breaks the ground? Yeah. I feel like I'll grind my teeth down. Am I unable to do anything after all? I can't protect Saber nor fight alongside her. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is... Imagine it. Imagine the chance for victory. All we can do. Guy said it too. The real battle is ourselves. What was he saying? It wasn't his usual harassment. Those words held an importance that I need to understand right now. No. Saying that, aren't all of his words a warning that I shouldn't have ignored? Saber's body is flung away. She didn't jump to get away. She took a blow. That storm-like blow landed right on her side. Saber totters. Concentrating strength into her numb fingers, she faces Berserker again, coughing violently. The giant will not miss the opening Saber is finally shown. My voice won't reach them. It's useless for me to say anything, and it's useless for me to have a bow mimicking archers. Do I still not understand? What I can do? What I should be doing? That's right. What do I need to do in order to save Saber? A bow won't do. Even a lance won't be able to pierce him. And that doesn't mean I should have the same weapon as the enemy. That giant. To defeat the mountain, I'll need a sword. A sharp and gorgeous sword of the king that will defeat the enemy in one blow. Like that golden sword so suited her that I saw in my dreams. My head hurts. Bearing my nausea, I still stare at Saber. But ironically, I feel like I'm going crazier the more I stare at her about to collapse. And she's still going. She's still doing her best. I believe the chance. Saber and Berserker's movements seem to be in slow motion. Many switches are arranged in a row. Coughing, Saber bends her body in pain for an instant. Berserker smashes down his axe sword with all his might. As if making a line, the firing hammers move into position one by one. It seems like knocking down dominoes. The triggers are pulled all at once. Berserker's blow smashes Saber away. It's fatal. Saber's body split through the waist and her pieces are thrown into the air. The only thing flung into the air is Saber's armor. Berserker only smashed Saber's armor. Saber created an opening to make Berserker take a large swing, and Saber charges in at top speed using all her energy she has left. But instinct and madness enhancement, oh, this is gonna be bad. I don't believe in it. Black Howl surges out, but he can't retreat from Saber, who is right in front of him. She places both hands on her sword and slashes out at Berserker with all her might. I can't believe it. The giant that seemed to be rooted in the ground is smashed back a few meters by Saber's blow, and then the true final attack is executed instantly. Hey, remember her? She must intend to fire us from as close as possible. Tosaka jumps down from the branch high above and throws her jewels as she descends. German! A rain of ice swirls down. In it, 3 giant icicles shaped like spears have enough magical energy concentrated in them to blow away a whole mansion. Ilya, who was only watching until now, screams. She must have realized how dangerous that attack is, but it's too late. The spear of ice isn't just falling. As it's fired, it's accelerated to skewer Berserker. There's no way he would be able to dodge it. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a shotgun of ice perfectly coordinated with Saber's desperate attack. It has more than just enough magical energy to be in it to be able to kill Berserker. But madness enhancement, baby! He swings his axe sword through the air. Even as he's pushed back by Saber, he destroys 3 blocks of ice with his quickly ready axe sword. Flashes of blood. Perhaps because he swung with only one arm, the ice isn't completely destroyed and it lacerates his arm. Not only that, the ice refreezes on the giant's arms and stops movement completely. But still, it only got one of his arms. Not the true opening that we really wanted. Saber raises her voice. It's only natural. Because Berserker's other arm has grabbed Tosaka's— oh shit! Tosaka! Tosaka's face contorts in pain. With Berserker's power, it should be no problem to crush Tosaka. I run. I don't care if I'm only dragging her down. I don't care if I can't do anything. I won't let him crush Tosaka. Saber must not have any power left to stand, but she still lifts her body. Tosaka must be in pain as she reaches out with her face downcast. Oh shit, she planned around it! Saved at least one of them. Saber and I, and even Berserker must have been frozen. She's horrible. She knew this was gonna happen, yet she never told us about it. No, this would have been a nice thing to know. We could have planned around this, you know, did a little bit. No, I mean surprise attacks, I guess. But is it really worth surprising your allies too? Berserker puts power into his grip, but it's a second too late. God damn. Bullets of light are fired. 4 jewels are used. The rapid fire perfect point blank range kills the Black Mad Warrior for sure this time. No. This is splendidly perfect blown away his life. That's not going to be enough, is it? Did Berserker's head get blown off? Blood splatters over me, and I'm at least 10 meters away. Is this his spinal fluid? Can't be too happy about it when there are things other than blood mixed in. But I'm sure it wasn't overkill. He was a monster. I bet Tosaka would have been crushed if she didn't blow off his head in a single blow. What about death grip? You know, I forget what the actual term for it is when, you know, something dies and they just kind of grab onto the thing, and because the body can't move anymore, it's kind of latched on. Slow my running steps. Tosaka is still held by Berserker, but the battle's over. Berserker's face is still covered in white smoke. From the smoldering sounds, it must have been a huge explosion. That's not a good. That's not a good at all. She's looking into the white smoke, dumbfounded. Hold on. Is it just my imagination? Berserker's fingers holding Tosaka are digging deeper into her. Tosaka is just staring at the white smoke, but it doesn't last long. The large cloud of white smoke fades away. In it, Berserker. It's Berserker's face, though it certainly was blown away. Tosaka is at a loss for words, cowed by the demonic stare. That's not a good laugh. That's not a good laugh at all. Laughter echoes through the clearing. The Silver Master controlling Berserker from the edge of the clearing is laughing. Well, times. Bullshit. It's bullshit. How many times does that make that though? Let's see. I think they said Archer took 6. That means that's 7. It's fucking bullshit. She must have figured out something important from Ilya's words. Tosaka's eyes are straining in faint regret. It's literally a slab of concrete. You know, there's no Archer. The body on... Oh, jeez, that's not fair.
ヘラクレスの12の難行をギリシャの英雄ヘラクレスは己が罪を償うために12もの冒険を乗り越えそのご褒美として不死になったこの意味あなたならわかるでしょ
Please don't kill Tosaka.
蘇生魔術の重ねがけええだからそいつは簡単には死ねないのかつて自分が乗り越えた分の試練は生き延びてしまう
It's not true immortality, but it's pretty close.
ゴッドハンドなんだからわかったバーサーカーは今ので死んでしまったけど
5 more lives, yep.
5つの命がある
Archer took 6 of them. Good job, Archer.
欲しかったわねリー今のが5倍の宝石だったら
Well,
バーサーカー
fuck.
は消えていたのに
I can't hear Ilya too well. I see Saber run up to Berserker out of the corner of my eye.
リン、逃げて
She's in his hand! Tosaka tries to tear off Berserker's fingers, but they won't even budge. Then...
いいよバーサーカーそいつ潰しちゃえ
Please don't... The burning eyes glare at Tosaka. Tosaka screams. The giant's finger dig in as if to scoop out Tosaka's guts. What lies ahead is the inescapable figure of her miserably crushed. I run. I forget who I'm against or where I am. My mind is already burned up.
させるか
Saber slashes at Berserker. The invisible sword is swung at Berserker's defenseless arm as if chopping a vegetable. But it has no effect. The sword bounces back. Not only does it not hurt Berserker's arm, but it does not even loosen Berserker's grip on Tosaka. It must be painful for her to even move. Saber swings her sword desperately as blood spills from her mouth.
シロ
Her face freezes as she sees me run up to Berserker.
話しやがれてめえ
I smack my bow against the... You smack... The giant doesn't budge. Must think nothing of me at all. My fingers are numb. What kind of body does he have if I, the one doing the hitting, have my hands go numb?
シロ
Huh? I raise my face at Saber's voice. In that instant, my body flies through the air like a leaf. I'm guessing he just kind of kicked us out of the way or something. Or, you know, flung us. I drop like a piece of trash. Berserker smacked me with that frozen sword. Oh god. The bow I instantly blocked with is easily smashed, and I'm thrown so far. I writhe in pain. The breaking sound was not from the bow. One of my arms is bent like a spider's. Breathing hurts so much that I want to smash my lungs up. Gotta work through the pain, Shiro! Come on, I believe in you. I can't breathe right from my blood coming out through my throat. That doesn't matter. Breathing will just make me pass out. I shouldn't be breathing right now. I get up. Right now, I have to not die. I run. It's my turn this time. I'll break his arms and save Tosaka. He must have his eyes on the back of his head as he swings his sword as if flinging away a bug. I can dodge it. I won't be hit by something swung with a frozen arm. Well, damn, my body is sinking. Must have scraped my leg. Damn it, I don't break my leg when you haven't even hit it.
バカなもういい離れなさいマスター
I can't do that. I won't let Tosaka die. What do I need to save her? A weapon. A blade would be good enough. At my feet are the remains of the destroyed bow. Above me is Berserker's sword coming down. I pick up a broken piece, a descending sword. There's no time to think. I channel my magical energy into it. I easily succeed at the strengthening it, but the sword comes down. The broken piece is totally smashed this time. My body that should have dodged the blow collapses. So there was no meaning in strengthening such a broken piece. If I'm to do it again, I'll have to do it from the very beginning. Nothing should be impossible. If there's a model, anyone can imitate it. So I have to repeat the foundation, composition, work, experience, time, and not enough time. Giant turns. It must have decided to kill this annoying nuisance before Tosaka. Raising my body, I glare at the giant. I have no fear. My mind is already burned up. But behind me... Don't use it! Prepared even for her own elimination, Saber is determined to use her holy sword. Yeah, don't you dare use that shit. The wind unravels. I start to see the golden sword in Saber's hand, the one that must not be used. The sword I told her not to use under any circumstances. I snap. It makes the last rope holding me snap. Oh shit, we used a command spell. Oh shit, oh shit.
どうしてもうこれしかないではないですか
This is bad. This might be bad. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that you'll disappear if you use that. I won't allow that. And I can't forgive myself for not being able to let her use her sword freely, for not being able to save Tosaka myself. Saber falls to her knees. Just releasing the sword gets her like that. You can't use that sword in your condition. So wait. If you can't use that sword, I'll make one that you can use. We gotta make the opportunity. We can't let Archer's words fucking fall. With that said, it's obvious. That's the only thing I can do. So make it. Make something that will not lose to anything. Always imagine the strongest. Imagine the best imitation that will deceive everybody. even yourself. It's not difficult at all. It's not impossible. From the beginning, this body was a magic circuit specialized for this purpose alone. I spring up. My whole body is burning and my left hand feels like it's on fire. Oh shit! Saber's voice is filled with blank amazement. She's staring at what I'm holding. It should not exist here. Does the sword have a will of its own? Time to cut it off. Yes! Hopefully she's not dead. I mean, that was a lot of pressure exerted. That's gonna hurt a lot, and she might have broken, you know, a lot. But hey, we can get her to the church. We can get her to a hospital. That's the important part. The golden sword does not stop. As if pulled toward it, slashes through the giant's arm. Tosaka falls with the arm that was grabbing her, and the sword that cut through the arm shatters like glass. All the blood in me regurgitates. There's no problem there. The sword broke. That is impossible. If I imitated that sword, it cannot be broken. It broke because it was not sufficient. My image of it fell short of the real sword. His eyes stare at me. The giant sword is swung to really kill me this time. I don't care about that. He's not my opponent. For Emiya Shiro, there's only one opponent. The sword just now wasn't perfect. The unbreakable sword broke because there was a flaw in my assumptions. If I'm to duplicate it, I cannot only duplicate its shape, I must also reproduce the maker. I hear a gasp. In front of me is the axe sword swung like a storm, and defending the sword that is being made. And a defending sword that is being made. I read that horribly. Holy shit. I don't know if I'm being desperate, but I'm blocking the attack with the sword in my hand. That's none of my business. What I need to do now is make this real. That's a mistake as well. Emiya Shiro is not made for fighting. Your fight is a mental fight. A fight with yourself. I know that without being told. What I must do is simple. Holy shit, we're doing projection magic. Let's go! I concentrate. I'm challenging myself. No deviation or compromise is allowed. Judging the concept of creation, hypothesizing the basic structure, duplicating the composition material, imitating the skill of its making. You know, it's really impressive that this is all going on within like this string of like, you know, like 1 second. Sympathizing with the experience of its growth, reproducing the accumulated years, excelling every manufacturing process. Gotta make that sword. Now I blind the illusion and make it a sword. Holy shit. I thought it was dual wielding Excaliburs there for a second and I got so hype. The giant howls. The sword blocks the numerous blows, smashing blindly, madly. But this is it. I'm tossed away. As soon as my consciousness returns, the sword must have left everything in my hands. I'm easily thrown away, but the attacks I was easily blocking until now. The sense in my arms are already gone. My wrist is about to rip off as I can see the red meat. Well, that's not good. Gotta rely on our healing. I mean, you know, don't rely on it, but rely on it. My legs won't move. All my muscles must have stopped working. Can't stand up. I made the sword that surpasses Berserker. That's all. As I am only the maker, I cannot handle the sword. Which means it's time to give it to someone who can. A shadow engulfs me. He must know who he needs to kill first now. Berserker pursues me like wind and swings his sword. But his sword is deflected. As I stand there in blank amazement, I notice another hand over my hand. The air shakes violently. The giant launches an attack with all his might to destroy everything. But just before that, I hear her voice closer than anything. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, it's so cool. If Berserker attacked me like a gust, Saber must have rushed to me like a gale. Having rushed to me, Saber turns around and... Gotta use it. You know, this is dual wielding in a more... Is that literal? I don't know. And it's literal in a different way. It's like two people are wielding it, so it's dual wielding, but like, I don't know. Sword of Rock breaks. A flash of the golden sword smashes against the giant's axe sword, slashes into the hard body, and should probably properly kill it. If we cut the... Oh my god! Okay. If the shape is similar, the ability must be similar as well. The golden sword, digging deep into Berserker, engulfs the giant's body from the inside. But that's only for an instant. The light disappears and silence returns to the forest. That's 4 lives, or that's 4 lives left, I think, maybe, hopefully, maybe that's, did it all, I don't know. Strength departs from my body. The body that was so hot starts to cool down. The sword is disappearing from the tip. I watch it absent-mindedly. We stand next to each other, holding the same sword until it disappears completely. Wind blows through the forest clearing. Neither the howling shook the forest nor the blows that cut through the air remain now. The undefeatable giant becomes motionless and says so in a deep voice, gazing the knight that defeated him. Wait, was that Berserker's real voice? Did he become sane again?
それはその男が作り上げた幻想に過ぎん。所詮はまがいもの。二度とは存在せぬ剣だ。だが、
Berserker's chest split open. Slowly, from the wound made by the light, he crumbles away like sand. It was enough to get rid of him. Sevenfold! God damn! It killed him 7 times once! Like, in one blow, it was just 7. He puts no emotion into his dying words. The mad warrior follows his role until the very end, and his existence disperses as if fading into the air. He goes. I feel dizzy. It must be the cost of using such excessive magic. My blood that ran wild is crushing my brain with too much oxygen. And on top of that, I have a headache like my head is splitting open. It's because the enemy has disappeared and the thing numbing my pain has disappeared. The dizziness and the headache come at me as if to make up for what is accumulated. Yeah, that's gonna, all the endorphins, all the adrenaline, all that's all gone, and now it's gonna come rushing in like one big fucking brick. Saber supports my collapsing body, but she can't have any magic energy. She doesn't have any energy to spare to care for me. Broken bones. Everything's broken, everything hurts, but I'm okay.
例の自然治癒も働いてるし、なんとかなる。
何を言うのです。あれだけの投影魔術を使ったのですから、今は休息を取らないと。
いや、けど。
There's someone I have to talk to first. Ilya, how's it going?
イリアスフィール。
Saber prepares herself. Ilya is staring at the place where Berserker used to be with empty eyes.
ちょうどいい。何のつもりかは知りませんが、追う手間が省けました。
ダメだ、セイバー。イリアには手を出さないでくれ。
She's not a master anymore.
まさかがいなくなったんなら、イリアは。
She doesn't need to be here anymore. He can just be, Ilya. You must not realize we're here. Staring at the ground, Ilya murmurs.
嘘。まさか。死んじゃったの?
Yep. She sounds like an abandoned child. I restrain Saber with my hand and quietly call out to her. She must have noticed me from that. Ilya slightly raises her head and... Suddenly, falls to the ground like a doll being switched off. I don't know what's going on. I just stare at the girl on the ground. Hey, what about the one that was getting, actually crushed We should probably go and check her out. As if to replace her, Tosaka gets up. Berserker's hand disappeared, and it seems she's finally free. Yeah, but our consciousness is not doing the best right now. I must have relaxed seeing Tosaka's safety. I feel like I'm about to faint, but I can't whine like that. Even though we defeated Berserker, we're still in the forest. We still have to push our wounded bodies and get out of this forest now. I look up at the dawning sky. The town is far away, and I can't find any uninjured allies, nor any place in my own body that's not hurt. But still, we made it to the morning. That night, I was prepared not to live through. After driving off the greatest enemy, we leave the winter forest. Hey, is Ilya okay? Just, wondering. But that's gonna be that. That is that day done. Day 11. Finally done. With that, I think I'm gonna call it quits. We've been streaming this for just over like 3.5 hours now. 3-ish hours. I think that's a suitable spot. Plus, I don't think we're gonna get another good spot to segue to finish off until probably for like another 3-ish hours. So I'm gonna cut things off here for a little bit. Maybe I'll definitely be back tomorrow for another day, at the very most, or at the very least. But yeah, we'll see. I might stream some more things later on tonight, but that'll be it for this section of Weeb Weekends. For anybody that stopped by and talked in chat, thank you very much. And until next time, take care, guys.